Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back for another Total War video with the Terminator. Total War games have had loads of Lord of the Rings mods with Last Alliance and Shogun 2, the Dawnless Days in Attila, Beleriand or the Lord of the Rings mod for Rome Remastered, and even a brand new mod just announced on Troy, which is quite exciting. But when you say Lord of the Rings and Total War, there's only one mod that really comes to mind. At the moment, this mod is truly the one mod that rules them all. Third Age Total War and its most up-to-date version with Divide and Conquer is arguably one of, if not the most famous Total War mod ever made. Built on Medieval 2, it pushed the boundaries of what modders thought capable for the game and created a fantastically replayable Middle-earth universe that thousands of people still enjoy today. So in today's video, I'll be running through everything you need to know about Third Age and especially Divide and Conquer, the history of these brilliant projects, the true authentic feel and gameplay both in the campaign and in the battles, from playable factions, unique script events, characters, or mechanics, and by the end, I guarantee you will have no choice but to check it out for yourself. So let's get started. Originally released over 15 years ago, the Third Age mod is undoubtedly the OG Lord of the Rings mod in Total War, but development from the original team essentially stopped in 2012, leaving a great mod, but one with numerous bugs, crash issues, and areas that could have definitely been developed even further. Fast forward to modern day, and we have the Divide and Conquer and the Massive Overhaul Project submods, which essentially is an effort to continue making this mod the best it can be by fleshing out the factions, developing the playable One Ring story, and lots of other things, fixing some of the issues the original mod suffered from. The first thing we all have to recognize and appreciate in Third Age is the fantastic achievement of rebuilding Medieval 2 pretty much from the ground up, with every single 2D and 3D model in the game created from scratch and true to the Lord of the Rings universe. The campaign map with its cities, terrain, and characters, the brilliant faction-specific UI, to the hundreds of unique battle maps and siege maps, or the recruitable units. Everything here was independently created by a group of modders in their own free time, and that is just mind-boggling to me. Everything here is going to be so impressive as you watch this video, and I think in the back of my mind it's going to be important to remember this is just done by a group of independent guys just sitting around a computer and building this from scratch. The second thing is, you can play Third Age on its own, of course, but it is a hell of a lot better with submods. Divide and Conquer and Massive Overhaul Project are definitely the most popular and ones I recommend you check out first. DAC, which is the one I'll focus more on in this video, is essentially a complete revamp of Third Age with a dozen new factions, loads of new units, a remade campaign map, and new scripts. It's Third Age recreated, and it's still got active development, which is a big plus in my books. Massive Overhaul Project, on the other hand, is a submod to enhance Third Age, but keep it as close as possible to what the original modders intended. Massive Overhaul Project is more like a collection of submods that people have made over the years to fix certain issues, flesh out factions and mechanics, and the good thing about it is you can actually choose which features to include in your campaign, which updates to try out in your playthrough, so you can always mix and match to create a different style of Third Age Total War. Of the two submods though, and I think most players will agree, Divide and Conquer for me is the most impressive and the one I suggest you try out first. DAC has a fantastic list of playable factions with the Shadow of Mordor, Remnant of Angmar, Shadow of Mirkwood, Easterlings of Rhûn, Haradrim tribes, Ar Adunaim, Orcs of Moria, Khazad Dûm, Kingdom of Gondor, Principality of Dol Amroth, Northern Dunedain, Kingdom of Rohan, Vale of Dorwinion, Dunlendings, Vale of Anduin, Dominion of Isengard, Kingdom of Dale, Breland and the Shire, Erebor, Ered Luin, High Elves, Woodland Realm, Gundabad, Lothlorien, and Edwaith, and the Variags of Khand. All of them come with unique faction challenges and resources, units and characters, even UI elements and music, which all just adds to the immersion of this brilliant mod. DAC adds over 200 new units across these factions, and my favorite, over 100 new battle maps, which is just insane. There are new cultural areas so that each area has unique building models and terrain, of course, as well. There are monuments, which if you own or build, produce unique resources, and more. Like, this is all just a brief overview of the sheer scale of content you can expect with Divide and Conquer. It's just absolutely immense. The one thing about Third Age, and especially in DAC though, is that literally everything matters. Replenishment or unit replacement is almost non-existent, so every unit counts. Every individual soldier counts, and that's even doubly so with your generals and unique characters. Because everything you're doing has a consequence, there is a real sense of managing a living, breathing, lore-friendly faction that you need to do your best to grow, nurture, and prepare for the coming conflicts. This is a kind of permanence that isn't something you get in a lot of Total War mods, so it's really refreshing to see and adds so much more enjoyment to the whole experience. Finally, of course, there are the battles. Now, this being Medieval 2, which I think most Total War players will agree is the GOAT of Total War battles, you will literally feel every strike, death, and charge. Armor values and hit chance, all ranged accuracy and cavalry charges, siege weapon placement and angle, everything makes a big difference here in battles. So you need to make sure you know every inch of the units you're playing with and that of the enemies so you can counter them effectively. All of this together with the hundreds of new and improved battle maps, from unique siege maps on cities that we all love and hold dear, to custom land battles that take place in gorges and among ruins or in open plains, and of course the visually stunning units that come with each faction. All of these things come together to provide battles that are honestly unforgettable. There's a reason why people refer to Third Age and specifically DAC when it comes to one of the best mods of all time, and this here is exactly it. Every battle, everything about this mod feels immersive, feels important, and every soldier counts, and every time you go back to Third Age with DAC, you will be amazed at the sheer scale and beauty of especially the battle experience here. Overall, there aren't that many mods out there that does what Third Age has done, especially here in DAC. This is essentially the Lord of the Rings Total War that CA should have and still could officially create. It's got all the bells and whistles of a fantastic and fully replayable campaign with brilliant faction variety, immersive events and challenges, and battles that really are unforgettable. And that's it for today, guys. I've linked the original Third Age mod DB page as well as DAC and the massive overhaul project pages, so you can go in there and take your pick of what kind of gameplay experience you would like. Each has a pretty thorough installation guide as well, so I won't go through it here, but if you have any questions or issues, you can always drop a comment below in this video or drop by my Discord where I can help you directly. DAC also has a Discord server where you can share feedback, keep up to date with the latest development, speak to like-minded Total War players, and of course speak to the devs themselves. I've also dropped a link to the Discord down below in the video description, so get in there and say hello. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, do give it a like, drop any thoughts or questions in the comments section below, and subscribe for more Total War content, gameplay, and news just like this. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.